That was the sound I heard back in 2016. In July 2016, in my second semester of college, I decided to go with my friends to a remote area far from home. Our goal was to hike a mountain for the first time. Dempo, that's the name of the mountain we were going to climb. It is located in Pagar Alam, a remote area from the capital city of Palembang, South Sumatra, Indonesia. Standing at 3,142 meters above sea level. (7 p.m. July 17th, 2016). We arrived at the starting point of the Dempo trekking. We spent the night at the local resident's house and planned to start our hike the next morning. At 11 a.m., everything was fine until someone said,
"Whatever happens up there, remember, your goal is to come back safely. Whatever you see, hear or feel, just keep it inside. Don't say it out loud and don't complain. Just support each other."
Suddenly, I went from calm to slightly anxious and scared after hearing their words. However, our team leader reassured us everything will be fine if we stuck together.
Pagi kawan-kawan. Alhamdulillah kita bisa berkumpul di sini.
We were predicted to reach the summit in 8 hours, as we were a large group of 5 men and 7 women.
Tujuan kita ke sana tuh dan pulang. Rumah masing-masing. Berdoa, mulai.
At exactly 3 p.m., we took a break, prayed, and refilled our water supply at Shelter 1.
Do you hear the crowds? They are following us.
I can't take this anymore.
I'm so tired. My body
This
feels
place
heavy.
is torturing
It is
me.
a terrible place.
They broke the rules of not complaining or speaking harshly in the jungle. It was already 7 p.m. and we were supposed to reach Shelter 2, the final stop before the summit. But we saw no signs of Shelter 2. The atmosphere was pitch dark, with only our flashlights guiding the way. We kept walking along steep paths and difficult trails. While passing through dark cliffs, one of our friends suddenly heard,
What the f? Tiger? Tiger, right next to us. Can you hear it?
None of us heard the sound.
Don't talk about what you hear. Speech are using bad words. Remember the local warning?
At exactly 9 p.m., we finally reached Shelter 2. I opened my phone and recorded the moment of us resting at Shelter 2. Cold and scared because our hike had already exceeded the normal time. After 10 hours, we hadn't reached the summit. The team leader said we should prepare to continue since staying overnight here was not an option. Before standing up, I checked the video I had recorded. I was shocked to see a pale-faced figure wearing a beanie and jacket sitting behind my tent with wide eyes and an open mouth. I felt creeped out and scared, but didn't want to break the group's rule by saying what I had seen. At midnight, a storm hit. We built an emergency tent using a plastic tarp. The temperature was freezing, and the wind was relentless. After 15 minutes of being stuck, 4 of us, including myself, suffered from hypothermia. My legs were numb. My lips trembled. I felt like I was about to faint, but my friends gave us aid to prevent the hypothermia from worsening. 21 hours in total to reach the summit, which was very unusual and strange. Noticing the oddities, we decided to head back at 2 p.m. With what energy we had left, we began our descent. Everything was going smoothly until nightfall. At exactly 7 p.m., I, who had been in the middle, was moved to the front to lead the way because the team leader needed to stay at the back. We held hands and agreed that if anyone saw or heard anything strange, we would squeeze the hands of the person next to us. Suddenly, halfway down the path, I squeezed my friend's hand tightly. They heard it too. Despite our fear, we kept walking then. I saw a figure sitting against a tree in the distance, wearing a bani and a jacket. Since I was leading and holding the flashlight, I naturally saw it first. When I pointed the flashlight at it, the figure slowly turned around, wide eyes, an open mouth, and a pale face stared back. I was utterly terrified and felt the urge to scream. In my mind, I realized this is the same figure I recorded in the video that night. Team leader! I don't know the way ahead. The team leader knew. This was our emergency code. He rushed forward, took my flashlight and pointed it toward the tree. But the pale face had vanished. I quickly moved to the back of the group, trembling with fear. Finally, we saw lights below. "We're here! We're here! We're here!" The team leader waved his flashlight to signal them. The rescue team found us, with local villagers also joining the search. We were saved. One of the villagers had reported us missing to the rescue team because we should have returned by noon, but we were found 10 kilometers away from the hiking gate. Exactly 8 years later, in 2023, I was sitting at home reading the latest news. A person has gone missing for 14 days on Mount Dempo and was found dead. This news deeply connected with a local folktale I had been reading by Dian Susilastri, titled Masumai, about a ghost that kidnaps people at dawn and dusk. It's said to have been the guardian of Mount Dempo for thousands of years, able to shape-shift into a pale face.